Hello everyone, I'm Monika, RANA and you're watching HQTV News Channel, the news brought to you by Himachal 365. Let's start with the headlines. Two from Himachal Pradesh stuck in Afghanistan can appeal to Chief Minister. Himachal Chief Minister gives a 6% DA hike to staff. India records 25,166 new COVID cases, 437 deaths. India announces a new category for visa for Afghans. Death toll in Kinnaur landslide reaches 28 as 3 more bodies found. As COVID situation improves, the US eases travel advisory for India. IAF, a plane carrying 120 Indians from Afghanistan, lands at Jamnagar Airways. Government need not disclose anything which comprises national security, Supreme Court on Pegasus rule. After gifting his Olympic javelin to Prime Minister Modi, locals in Panipat jostle to get a glimpse of Neeraj Chopra. Jaishankar arrives in New York, will chair signature presidency events at UNSC, discuss Afghan situation. Now news in detail. Two from Himachal Pradesh stuck in Afghanistan can appeal to Chief Minister. Naveen Kumar and Rahul Singh Burari, both natives of the Sarkaghat Assembly segment in Mandi district, have been stuck in Afghanistan. Both of them have been employed in Afghanistan for the past few years. Their families have urged Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur to take up the issue of their safe evacuation with the centre. Mandi Deputy Commissioner Arindam Chaudhary said the district administration was in touch with both the families and the state government on the issue. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur said he was in touch with the centre over the evacuation of both youths from Afghanistan. Himachal Chief Minister gives a 6% DA hike to staff. The state-level Independence Day function was held at the Seri Manch in Mandi, which was presided over by Chief Minister Jairam Thakur. Addressing people, he announced a hike of 6% in dearness allowance DA for the government employees and pensioners from July 1. He also announced a hike in subsidy on edible oils from the existing rupees 10 per litre to rupees 30 per litre to BPL card holders and from rupees 5 to rupees 10 per litre to APL card holders for the next 4 months. This will benefit over 18.71 lakh card holders. He also announced rupees 15 crore for the Municipal Corporation Mandi to ensure that it carried out its developmental work smoothly. India records 25,166 new COVID cases, 437 deaths. India saw a single-day rise of 25,166 new COVID cases, the lowest in 154 days, taking the tally to 3,22,50,679. While the national recovery rate was recorded at 97.51%, the highest since March 2020. According to the Union Health Ministry data updated on Tuesday, the death toll has climbed to 4,32,079 with 437 daily fatalities. The active cases have declined to 3,69,846, the lowest in 146 days. It comprises 1.15% of the total infection, the lowest since March 2020, the Health Ministry said. India announces new category for visa for Afghans. Keeping in view the prevailing situation in Afghanistan, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs MHA on Tuesday said it had worked out a new category of electronic visa to fast-track their applications for entry into India. A senior MHA official said the ministry has reviewed the existing visa provinces in the country. In view of the current situation in Afghanistan, a new category of electronic visa called E-Emergency X Mix Visa has been introduced to fast-track visa application for entry into India. The government has already announced that it will allow people belonging to non-Muslim minority of Afghanistan to come to India and also those who are friends of India. Death toll in Kinnaur landslide reaches 28 as 3 more bodies found. The bodies of 3 missing persons have been found from the landslide site at Nigulsuri in Kinnaur district, taking the toll to 28. We have found 3 more bodies and efforts are on to extract the bodies by the teams of NDRF, ITBP, police and home guards, said Kinnaur Deputy Commissioner Avid Hussain Sadiq. Following the list of 14 missing people issued by the district, all 14 bodies have been found. However, 5 bodies are yet to be identified. Rescue would continue for 2 more days in case more bodies were buried in the debris, the authorities said. As COVID situation improves, the US eases travel advisory for India. The US eased its travel advisory for India on Monday, lowering it to level 2, that is moderate. The new travel advisory of level 2, which is considered safe, came in the wake of the significant improvement in COVID situation in India. Early this year, the US had put India in level 4, asking its citizens not to travel to India, which at that point of time was experiencing an unprecedented second wave of COVID. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has now issued a level 2 travel health notice for India due to COVID, indicating a moderate level of COVID in the country. At the same time, the State Department urged Americans not to travel to Jammu and Kashmir except the eastern Ladakh regions and its capital Leh due to terrorism and civil unrest. IAF plane carrying 120 Indians from Afghanistan lands at Jamnagar Airways. An Indian Air Force plane with 120 people on board landed on Tuesday at Jamnagar in Gujarat from Kabul in Afghanistan, an official said. The C-17 aircraft touched down at the IAF Airways at Jamnagar at 11:15 am, the official said. The aircraft had taken off from Kabul carrying Indian personnel as part of the emergency evacuation because of the prevailing situation in the Afghan capital following its takeover by the Taliban. Immediately after passengers on board the C-17 heavy lift transport aircraft deplaned, they were greeted by people present on the tarmac, the official said. Those on board included officials and security personnel from the Indian Embassy in Kabul. Some Indian nationals are also learned to have returned home on board the aircraft. This is the second evacuation flight. On Monday, another C-17 aircraft had evacuated around 40 people, including some Indian Embassy staff from Kabul, before the operation at the airport in the city were suspended. Government need not disclose anything which comprises national security, Supreme Court on Pegasus rule. The Supreme Court on Tuesday issued notice to the center on a batch of pleas seeking an independent probe into the alleged Pegasus snooping matter, making it clear that it did not want the government to disclose anything which might comprise a national security. A bench headed by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana sought the center's response on the pleas and said it will take up the matter after 10 days and see what course should be adopted. The bench, also comprising Justices Suryakant and Aniruddha Bose, told Solicitor General Tushar Mehta that the Apex Court does not want the government to disclose anything which may comprise national security. The top court said this after Mehta argued that divulging the information on affidavit as sought by the petitioners would involve aspects of national security. After gifting his Olympic javelin to Prime Minister Modi, locals in Panipat jostled to get a glimpse of Neeraj Chopra. Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra was accorded a rousing welcome on his arrival at Panipat, a day after gifting his javelin to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. People on way jostled to get a glimpse of Neeraj as he waved to the cheering crowd through the roof of a car. Indian athletes returned from Tokyo with the country's best ever haul of 7 medals, including javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra's historic gold in track and field. Prime Minister Modi had invited them over to the Independence Day ceremony at the Red Fort on Sunday, where in his address he had lauded them for his performance. Prime Minister Modi made this appeal to an over 2-hour interaction with the players at his residence, where he had hosted them for breakfast. Jaishankar arrives in New York, will chair signature presidency events at UNSC, discuss Afghan situation. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who arrived in New York to chair 2 high-level signatures events this week under India's current Security Council presidency, has said that he expects to discuss the situation in Afghanistan during his engagements at the United Nations. Jaishankar arrived on Monday as the Security Council held an emergency meeting on the situation in Afghanistan, the second time in just over the 10 days that the powerful UN body met under India's presidency for the month of August to discuss the rapidly deteriorating and unraveling situation in the war-torn country. So this is all for this time. Stay connected and keep watching Hilquist News channel. Thank you.